Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Neymar Jr. Let's get started in the middle of our page with the lower eyelid. So let's start on the left side. We're just going to draw a little curve from left to right. Going up slightly and then down. You want to leave a gap in the center and do the same thing on the right side. So starting on the inside, we'll curve up and then out. Now let's tuck the eyes in underneath the lower eyelid. So it's basically a circle tucked in, starting from the left side, curve around, and then down. We're going to leave a little bit of an overhang on the outside and the inside. Let's do the same thing on the right side. On the top left of the eyes, we're going to draw a smaller circle for a highlight. So just up against the iris, just circle around. And then in the middle of the iris, I'm going to draw a small circle for the pupil. So we're going to tuck this in underneath the highlight, coming around and then back up. Let's fill that in black. Then we'll do the same thing on the right side, starting up against the side of the eye. And then in the middle of the iris, we draw a small circle for the pupil, starting at the bottom of the highlight. And then we'll fill that in black. Now we're going to draw the eyebrows on top of the eyes. So from the left side, we're just going to curve down, just touching the edge of the eye, and then down in towards the center. Let's do the same thing on the right side, starting from the inside, curving up over the eye towards the outside. Now on the inside, we just want to draw two angled lines coming up and in. Now we're going to go back to the outside, just curve and taper the eyebrow to make it a little bit thicker. Starting from the outside, we're just going to curve over. We want to leave a little bit of an overhang on the inside. Go ahead and fill all that in black. And then we'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to move into the middle and draw on the nose. So let's start on the bottom corner of the eyebrow. We're going to curve down and then in. Now we're going to round out the nose, almost like an oval with an open end at the top. So from this point, we're going to step in, just start drawing our oval. We'll pull it around. We just want to leave a little gap on the inside. From the bottom of the nose, we're just going to curve down and out towards the right. And I want to curve up the side of the mouth. So from here, we're just going to curve up, just aiming towards the eye to right about there. And we're just going to draw a little bracket at the end. Let's draw in the lower lip. So just underneath the mouth, we're just going to draw a little curve from left to right, coming down and then back up. Now that we've got the face, let's work in the sides of the head. So on the sides here, we're going to locate the jaw. So on the left side, we'll draw a point. From here, I want to curve down in towards the chin. Right down in towards the middle. And we're going to work our way up towards the right side. So we're going to round out the chin slightly, curve up, and then out. From the jaw, I want to round out the side of the head and then come in towards the top. Starting on the left, we'll go out, and then we're just going to pull that in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Curving slightly out, and then pulling that into the same height as we have on the left. Now we're just going to draw the hair just brushed over towards the left. From this point, I'm going to curve down and then over towards the left. We're going to hook that back up. Now let's draw a slightly longer one, going out towards the left, and then down. We're going to hook that back up again. Now we're going to do one more. Let's go all the way across to right about there. From this point, we're going to connect to the top of the head with another curve. Now from that top point of the head, we want to step down and just draw a little curl coming down. So from the top, we'll step down, curve over and out, and then we'll taper that back in. From here, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Curve up. Now we're going to pull that back in. Now we're just going to draw some hair on the top here. So we'll curve up to the top. And we're going to curve across and over towards the right. So right about there. I'm going to do a little bit of an overlap. So about halfway along this line, I'm going to curve over. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Curving up. Now we're going to taper that back down to right there. Now we'll do another overlap, so about halfway along this curve, I want to curve around and then down towards this point. Now we can go in and draw on the sides of the head. So from the side of the head here, we're going to step out, curve around the side of the head, and then just pull that in to about the same height as the eye. We're going to do the same thing on the right side, but we're going to start a little bit higher. We'll curve around and pull that in. From here, we're going to tuck the ears in beside the head. So from the bottom point of the hair, we're going to step up and curve out. Now we're going to bring it in, but we want to stop right about here. We want to add a little earring here. So just overlapping that line, we're going to draw one straight line coming down. We're going to draw that twice, leaving a little bit of space in between. We're going to connect the two top points with a curve, and then the bottom will curve it out in the opposite direction. Now we're going to complete the ear, just going in behind the ear ring, going in behind the head. Now let's add some inner ear detail. So starting on the side, we're just going to curve around and then down. And we're going to draw a little C at the end. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting at the same height, we'll curve up and out. Now as we come in, we're going to stop right about here. We're going to add one line, and then we're going to duplicate that. Do the same thing on the inside. We'll connect the two top points with a curve, and then the same thing with the bottom. Now let's complete the ear in behind the earring, just pulling that in behind the head. We'll draw that inner ear detail, starting from the side. We'll curve over, and then we'll do a little backwards C. Let's move down below the chin and draw on the collar. So starting on the left of the chin, I'm just going to curve down, and then back up on the right side. Now we're going to have the character in a bit of an action pose. So we're going to draw the body sort of curved over towards the right. So let's start on the left side here, just underneath the jaw. We'll curve down and over towards the left hip. Now we're going to draw on the top of the arm. So let's start with the sleeve first. So underneath the head, we'll draw a straight line going out towards the left. From this point, I want to curve the sleeve, coming out and then down. From this point, we're just going to pull a straight line in behind the body. Now let's just add a little trim to the sleeve. We're going to step in and just trace that on the inside. Now the left arm I'm just going to have bent down, so let's start with the inside edge of the arm. So from here, I'm just going to curve down and in. Do a little half circle for the thumb. At the end of the thumb, I'm just going to draw a little bracket. Now at the bottom curve of the thumb, I'm just going to come down and swirl around the bracket and go up. Now I'm going to stack two more fingers on the side. So we'll step down, curve down and up. Now the third finger is going to come up towards the elbow. So let's curve out, and we'll come up to right about here. Now I'm going to curve this in behind the sleeve. From the elbow, we'll just curve up, leaving a little bit of an overlap here. Let's add a little wristband. From the inside of the wrist, we're going to curve down and then up towards the outside. We're going to take that curve and just duplicate it right above. On the right side, I'm going to have the arm coming over across the body. So let's start down here. We're going to curve the inside edge of the sleeve. Now we're going to round it out, going outwards, going down and then out towards the right. And I'm going to curve this in behind the head. Now let's add that same little trim. So we're going to step up, just trace it across the top. Now let's go to the inside, start working in the arm. From this point, we're going to curve down and across. Now we do the same thing we did on the left side. We're going to start with a thumb, little half circle. At the end of the thumb, I'm going to draw a little bracket. Now on the side of the thumb, I'm going to go around the bracket and then pull it across. Now we're going to stack two more fingers down this way. At the bottom of this finger, we're going to go out and then in. And then again, the third finger is going to go out towards the elbow. So curving around, and then we'll pull it across to right about there. From here, I just want to tuck this in underneath the sleeve with a curve, leaving a little bit of an overlap on the right side. Now from the left hip, I just want to curve up underneath the arm. Let's go to the left side of the chest and just draw that little Nike logo. So starting from the top, we're going to go curving out toward the left, and we'll come up in an angle. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve. So tapering it to a point. Now with the legs, I'm going to have the left leg straight down on the ground, and then the right leg raised up on top of a soccer ball. So let's start with the left hip here. I'm going to draw the outside edge of the shorts, curving out and then down. On this side, the leg's going to go straight up to the knee and then down towards the feet. So let's start underneath the arm, curving up and across. Now we're going to draw on the bottoms of the short. So from here, I'm going to curve across, going down in the middle. Now from here, we're going to go in the opposite direction, curving in and then down. Now these 2 points are going to come right in towards the center of the body. Starting here, we're going to curve up, and then from here, we're going to curve across towards the inside of the leg. Let's add a little wrinkle across the short. So from this point, we're just going to overlap it with a curve. Let's go back to the left side and draw on this leg. So from this corner of the short, we're going to step in, we're going to curve in, and then down towards the heel. From here, we're going to round out the bottom of the foot. So from the heel to the toe, we're going to draw a curve. Now from the toe, I want to curve up the top of the foot and come down. Go up pull it down to right about here and curve in the opposite direction in towards the inside of the leg. Now we want to draw the outside part of the leg. So we're going to step out, curve down towards the top of the foot. About halfway down the leg, I'm going to draw a little curve for the top of the socks. And then on the left side right here, I just want to draw a little curve for the kneecap. Let's add a little bit of detail to the shoe. So we'll take this curve and just duplicate it right above to create a thick sole. And then up here we're going to add the laces. So at the top of the foot, I'm just going to angle down. We're going to round out the end of the lace and go back up. We'll do that one more time. Coming down and then back up. On the right side, we're going to have the leg coming out towards the knee and then down towards the shoe. So let's start at the top of the shorts. We're going to curve over towards the knee. Now we're going to curve down towards the top of the foot, curving down. Now we're going to have to draw on the back side of the leg. So we're going to step over to here, to the inside of the leg, curving down towards the heel. Now we're going to round out the bottom of the foot, coming down in a slight angle and then over. Now from this point, I want to curve the top of the shoe coming down. Go up. We're going to come in towards the bottom part of the leg, and then we're curving the opposite direction towards the inside of the leg. Let's draw on the back side of the leg here. From this point, we're going to step down and just draw a straight line going in behind the shorts. Now I want to show that the leg is going in the shorts. So from this point in the bottom of the short, we're going to curve it up and underneath the leg. From this point, I want to draw a curve for the top of the socks. Now let's add some detail to the shoe. So we're going to take this curve and just duplicate it right up above. And then we're going to add those same laces, just flipping it over on this side. So we'll start with this corner here, come down at an angle, round out the lace, and come back up. We're going to do that again. Come down, and then pull that back up. The last thing we're going to do is add the soccer ball underneath the foot. So it's basically a circle. We want to make sure the bottom of the ball comes down to the same height as the foot. So right here, we're going to tuck the circle underneath the foot. Starting here, we'll curve around, and then back up underneath the foot. Let's add some of the detail to the soccer ball. So we start with a straight line across the top. We're going to come down at an angle on either side. I'm going to come down and in, and then we'll close off the bottom with a straight line. Now from all of these points, we just want to angle outwards. From here, we go up. On the right, we'll go up underneath the foot. Now these 2 points on the side, we're just going to go straight out. And then these 2 points, we're just going to angle down and out on both sides. One last thing I want to do is add the number 10 on the bottom corner of the shorts. So we'll start with the number 1. So line, do that twice, close off the top, and then the bottom. And then the 0, we're just going to draw an oval. And then we'll draw a smaller oval on the inside. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Neymar Jr. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you send us your requests in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.